Hi, testing new makeup today using the Tirtir foundation. Hopefully you will stick with me through the day to see how we accomplish this look. And trust me, it starts off pretty bad with color choice, but we work it out. I really hope you stay to the end to see what this looks like. Okay, let's get this started. I'll start with this tape because I need to stay in the line. For hooded eyes, this just really helps kind of lift it out of the way like so. And then I want to start with, because I always do an eyelid primer, but today I'm using this Dior concealer just because it's super dry, but it works for me for an eyelid primer. And when this is out, I will go buy a real eyelid primer, but I'm using this right now because this is what I have. And then what this does for me, it just sets a nice base, evens out my skin tone, brightens it up in here. So this is what we have. Next, let's go to the Merit Brow Gel. I love this. I do have a Benefit brow pencil that I've ordered. I remember I used to really like those. So we'll test that next, as soon as I get it. My eyebrows are still pretty heavy here, but they are definitely starting to thin out here. And then let's do this one. I just don't spend a lot of time on this because I usually have my bangs are down, so you don't see a lot of my eyebrows. Okay, now the eyelids are dry. Let's move to the MILANI eyeshadow. I love this. I've used it a lot. This palette does not have the shadow names on the back. So we're just going to have to go with, I'm going to point to what color I'm using, and hopefully you can follow along, like paint by numbers. We got a situation here. Hold on. So I'm going to start with the BK Beauty brush, and it's the Angie Hot and Flashy BK Beauty. Angie's line was predominantly made for the smaller eyes, hooded eyes, and there was a whole set, or you can buy them individually. So any with the gray handles, that was her set. The original Lisa, the developer of these, her brushes are more along the burgundy handles. So anyway, Angie, we're going to use the A501. I guess that means as in Angie. And we're going to go into this lightest color. It's like a pinkish white. It's showing white here, but it's more of a, it's in this cool tone family. I usually do not do cool tones, but we're going to try this today. And I just kind of pack it on there like this because I want a nice, even base to start with, just to get everything on the same playing field. And I just tap, tap, tap. This eyeshadow does have some kick up to it, which is why I start with my eyes first anyway, so I can just be really messy with it. All right, now using the same brush, I'm going to go into this pale pink right here. So for me, with the hooded eyes, I'm very hooded right here. I want to build that up. So I want it to look taller than what it is, or wider. So I sweep across like this and keep it high. And I look straight into the mirror because I want to pretend like I'm looking at someone. Because if I look down and put this on, it just disappears. So when I put it on, I literally look up like this into the mirror, like up, and keep it high. And then I'm going to brush that, kind of pack it along that lid right there too. And you can do a pack, pack, pack. I've noticed when the eyeshadows are, a little bit more powdery, it might work better if you just kind of pack it like that. And then blend, 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 like so. And then I'm going to put some on the lid, just to, bring some color to that. And I'm keeping this color kind of high, right? So keeping it kind of high to bring back some color over top of that white. But at least we're getting a nice, clean, even color because we started with a base color. And then I'm going to move to another BK Beauty brush. It's the 205. And it's, as you can see, it has like an angle. So it kind of does the work for you. And this time I'm going to go into the dark and I tap into this one. So I'm going to hit a little bit on that and then I'm going to tap it in. And if you do this, it kind of places it right where you need it. You see that? And then if you turn it sideways, you can angle it up here. And then place it here. And pack, pack, pack. And then turn it sideways. And keep it high. Because, you know, I'm trying to open the eye up. And if you don't have hooded eyes, you definitely don't have this issue and have to be so creative. So I'm going to do the same combination. I'm going to turn my brush where it's angled like that. So it puts it exactly where I want it. Exactly. And then if you turn it, you can then pack it in the areas you want it to be in. Like so. So. And then you can always, so this, I use this as a blending brush. It's the 202. And I'll start on the outside. That's where the darkest color is. And I'll just blend, blend, blend. Get rid of those harsh edges. Or if it is a powdery eyeshadow, it helps with that, breaking that powder down and blending it all together. Okay, so we have that. This shadow also has two shimmers in it, like a champagne and a pink. I'm going to use the champagne. And I'm actually just going to put it on my finger, like so, and put it here. See how that really adds a punch? Now you're like, well, that looks silly. So get that blending brush back out and just blend that shimmer down a little bit. Like so. Like that. And then if you want to add a little bit more color back in there, because maybe you did get too glittery, just pick up your angled brush, pick a little bit of your color up, and just tap, 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 tap. And that will calm it right back down, right? So let's do the other eye. I'm going to pick up some. You know what? I want to show you first. Sometimes I use this Angie Hot and Flashy brush. It's flat. It's very dense. So it's great for picking up shimmers because sometimes, you know, it almost acts as your finger. But let me show you how this would look. The same color, and I'm going to pick it up, and I'm going to show you how that would look. See, it's a much, with this eyeshadow, it's a much lighter application. So I like more. So I'm going to add more. And then, like I said, if you want to just blend that back out, pick your brush back up, had the color on it, and just blend that sparkle out of that crease right there. And there you have it. Okay, we look silly. Next, I'm going to use the same eyeshadow. Sometimes I will use a true eyeliner, and sometimes I will just use the eyeshadow I have with a pencil brush. And I'm going to pick up, actually, I'm going to pick up more of the glitter, this shimmery pinkish purple, and put it on the brush. And then I keep it right here on the lash line, like so. And then let's do the other one. And this tape, the tape helps kind of keep you in the lines. And I kind of go up here a little bit. I cannot wear eyeliner on my top lid because they're so hooded. So if I put an eyeliner on my top lid, it just looks like I have put black eyeliner or black eyeshadow on my lid. So again, if you don't have hooded eyes, you definitely don't have this issue. But if you have hooded eyes, you know exactly where I'm coming from. So we're done with that. Let me do a little bit more here. Okay. All right. We're done. So now let's move to the star of the day. Look, I'm going to peel these off. And look, see how you have this nice, crisp line? It's just magic. And you can just be as crazy as you want if your eyes are starting to fold or get wrinkled right there. So let's go to the star of the show, which was the Tirtir foundation. And I have color 21N. And just to let you know, too, my skin in the winter leans dry. And then in the summertime, it definitely leans more normal. Let's look at this Tirtir foundation. So it's a cushion foundation. Sorry about that. I just blinded you guys. And it comes like this. And it comes in a seal, which I've already opened. And you press this in and then apply it. So let's get this started and see how this goes. And this is, yeah, 21N Ivory is what this one is. And I think they're making different formulas now too. I think maybe a matte and a natural and a glowy. So just get some on the cushion. Woo! Woo! Oh my goodness. That's like a porcelain doll. What in the world? Now, I don't normally put foundation under my eyes, but man, oh man, this is so much coverage. I think I am. Let's see how this goes. Hopefully it doesn't end up looking so dry under the eye. My goodness. I had a little bit still in the lid. I didn't actually push back into the color, just a little on the lid. My goodness. That's nothing, and then that's, wow. Oh my gosh. Let's do the other one. Woo! Wait. Oh my goodness. I kind of do this tapping motion, and then I start spreading it. Man, you do not need much of this. I mean, this looks like, this is absolutely full coverage. There's not a blemish on my skin right now. My gosh. Oh my goodness. It's pretty. Really pretty. All right, that's what we've got. Wow. Wow, that really is full coverage. Whew. Okay, let's move to the blush. This MILANI, I think they've reformulated it. This one is called 17 Sparkling Rose. I will have all of that I can listed in the very first comment, a pinned comment, and it will have blue hyperlinks. You might have to click more on my video description, and then you will see those comments, and you will see blue hyperlinks, and that will take you to Amazon. And I will already have the color selected. So when you click on the link, that is the color that I have put on, whether it's the Tirtir or the blush or whatever I'm demoing. And then I'm going to use my BK Beauty blusher brush. I really like this one for cream because it puts it exactly where you want it. But let's get some. I'm going to tap some in the lid. Wow, that's really pretty. Whoa-wee. That's really, really, really pretty. I know it looks so crazy. We'll blend it out. Wow, that's so pretty. I don't know if it's because I have this burgundy top on. And look, I always put my blush where the sun would kiss you. Now, I don't know where the sun kisses you. You're going to have to figure that out. You might have to go get some summer pictures. But like the sun kisses me right here because I have such a big forehead. That's why I wear bangs. And then I want some more up here. Because, you know, when you go down here now, you start drooping your face. Oh, I do. And then across my nose a little bit. So, wow. That is really pretty. Okay. I got to focus. Okay. Moving on. Then I also picked up this NYX It's a highlighter. And again, highlighters are not all treated equally. Some have chunky glitter. I cannot do chunky glitter. It emphasizes my wrinkles. I tend to like more of a cream liquid formula for a highlighter, even though that dull 10 highlighter is really pretty and it's a powder. So it's just trial and error. You know, again, that's why the cosmetic world is a money-making business, because we're all so different. So let's look at this. Oh, it almost like chapstick. Oh, it's so creamy. Really, it is almost like a chapstick. Let's try this. Oh, wow. That is so pretty. Wow. Y'all see that? That's really pretty. That's so pretty. Very pretty. And hopefully it won't be sticky when I put my hair down, because if it's sticky, it's a no-go. No-go. Let's move to the eyes. I almost forgot all about the eyes. So I usually use the Dior primer, and I picked up this L'Oreal Paradise Lash Primer. So let's see how this goes, because it's definitely cheaper, but it doesn't have the lash building in it that the Dior has, I don't think. No, no, no. I don't like this. No. This brush is so prickety. Oh, no. And it's like it's flat at the bottom, not pointed. No, I don't like this. This, no. I will give this to somebody in my circle to try with a warning. I don't like it. No way. Oh my gosh. Listen, we need to take a poll. We got to take a poll. So my cousin did not realize that I put my mascara on with my right hand, right hand for both eyes. So I tried putting my mascara on my left eye with my left hand. That did not work. So we need a survey of, do you use one hand to do both your eyes, or do you switch hands per eye? I need to know. Let's move on to the L'Oreal mascara. I thought this was pretty as it matched my top. Have you ever heard of such, matching your eyelashes to your top? But we're going to do it. Oh, that's kind of pretty. It's burgundy. Of course it's burgundy. But I hope it doesn't make me look sickly, because, you know, sometimes too much pink or red can make you look, your pupils look sickly. I don't know. Are they? I don't know. You know, I love my other mascara that I've been showing each week. So, I don't know. We'll have to see how this wears. And also, since my eyes have become hooded, that is why my mascara transfers to my lid. Through the day, my eyelid gets oily, and then the mascara, because my eyes are hooded, the mascara starts hitting that hood. So I usually use a tubing mascara, and it's little to no transfer if you use a tubing mascara. If you just Google tubing mascara, you get several choices. But a primer also helps hold that in for me and helps with the transfer. So there we have it. Okay, let's move on to lips. This is Sephora pencil. It's the 8-hour O2 soft suede. I got my mascara. I've got my mirror today. Magnifying glass. Not a mirror. Let's put this on. This needs sharpened. I've used this one so much. Okay. And then someone had asked about the Maybelline Superstay Vinyl. I love these. I did not have this color. Let me get my magnifying glass. It's a 120 is the color. They feel great going on, like really creamy, but then they dry down as a matte. So for me, I have to put a lip gloss over top of them. But they stay all day. So they feel great going on. Oh, this color's pretty. That's pretty. Very pretty. There we have it. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. And then I also love the Fenty Beauty lip. What are these called? They are called the Gloss Balm Stick Fenty Glow. This is number 1. And this is really pretty on its own. Like if you're not a big makeup wearer, well, you can see that. It's like a peachy gloss, but it is perfect over a matte lipstick. And it stays on a long time. Beautiful. I think we're done. Well, so the star of the day is definitely the Tirtir foundation. Loved it. But I really loved this MILANI and this NYX. These two are gorgeous. Gorgeous. I think we're done. Are we done? We're done. So we made it to the end. It's crazy how that foundation started out to now. I think it's gorgeous. And like I said, the winners of the day, believe it or not, would be the foundation and the blush for sure. Loved both of those. And also, I told you I would check back to see if my hair was sticking to that. It's not. It's dried down, but it still looks really pretty, I think. Anyway, see you next week.